Hey folks, let me welcome you to the very first episode of a brand new sawing adventure called the Angry Beaver. Now the Angry Beaver was the name of the sawmill. My wife gave it that name a little over a year ago when we got it. Our sawmill is an HM130 Max from Woodland Mills. Most of you involved in the sawing game know the brand, know the model. Even if you're just thinking about getting one, you've probably seen several guys run them, talked to about them. Been a great mill for us. The customer service from Woodland Mills been exemplary. Those guys have really helped us out a lot. We're not sponsored in any way. They made me pay full price, I promise you. The HM130 Max, as is cleverly noted right there in the name's got a 30-inch capacity. Those guys at Woodland Mills, they're really clever in that way. They put the capacity right in the name for folks like me. During these adventures or misadventures as they may be, I'll show you how we use this sawmill and some other equipment around our farm to turn trees into lumber, trees into slabs and things of that nature, and maybe give you a different perspective than some of the other guys that are out here milling, and hope you'll come along for the adventure. Now, along with our HM130 Max, we found out we were getting some bigger trees, and some trees that even the 30-inch throat would not handle. So I went out and I bought this really large, or I guess large by my standards, Alaskan sawmill. Got a 72-inch bar, and I had to marry that up with a Husqvarna 3120, and there's a whole story behind that. Maybe we'll get into it later if anybody's interested, but it's been our experience. Everything's been hard to get. It took a while for our Woodland Mills mill to get delivered. It took me almost 3 months to get the 130 Max. The Granberg, and I did buy the Granberg and not a knockoff model because I knew with something that large I'd want all the expertise I could get, and those guys have been helpful already. And I'll show you some of the trees that we're going to be using that on, and see if you guys think that was worth the investment. Okay folks, I've walked you down to the front of our property where we keep some of our logs. This is one of our log yards, and this monster you're looking at right there, that's the original log that inspired me to get the Alaskan sawmill. Now what's ironic about that is there are some aspects of this particular log that are still too large for me to cut with the Alaskan mill. I'll show you with the tape measure how big that is. That stick right there is about 8.5 feet long. The second cut off of that tree is a little bit longer at about 10 feet, a little more symmetrical. But man, this one right here, it's going to be beautiful. It's got a lot of cool character. But just look along this tape measure right here. Now that's 68 inches of anybody's tape measure. And I don't care what zip code you're from, that's a big log. And along with that, you'll see some white oak in this stack. We got a little cherry, got a little everything in this stack. Most of these are to be put on our Alaskan mill. We've done some milling with it, cut some hemlock, we've cut some sweet gum. Up here behind us is some more. When we first got into milling, we just put some oak that a friend of mine gave us, a little bit of black walnut, which is really hard for us to get here in the upstate of South Carolina where our farm is. Out here in the distance, you'll see another tremendous log out by my dad's place, another friend gave me. And that log's not quite as wide as the first one we looked at, but man, she's about 13 feet long, and it's still well over 4.5 feet across at that splay. So we're looking forward to milling that up, and I'll walk you back up to the front of the property now, and we'll wrap this little video up. All right, now we're back up here by the mill, and just wanted to close out with saying if you are a sawyer or you got some interest in sawing, I hope this channel will bring something, kind of a fresh perspective. Just average working guy bought a mill and using it around the farm to not only supply our needs but our friends and a few customers. And if you'll stick around, We'll bring you our very first sawing video here in just a couple of days. But for now, I'm going to get up on this little coyote and we're going to see if we can feed this HM130 Max a little bit. See you soon.